Hola Spring Retreat Leaders, solo les quería decir gracias por tomar el tiempo de escuchar mi aplicación y estoy muy emocionada para el New Member Class of 2017. Ahora volvemos con English for question number 1. So, growing up in Peru, I actually witnessed a lot of poverty. 5 minutes away from my apartment, there was one of many mountains that were made up of cardboard homes with no running water, no insulation, and a lot of the times not even a bathroom. So a time in my life when someone really impacted me was in 9th grade. His name was Sebastián Salomón, and he told me to get involved with an organization known as Techo, which basically builds homes for people living in poverty. For me, it was so rewarding to see that by simply fundraising and giving up just one weekend of my life, I was able to improve the status of happiness and security for an entire family. And this was a status that, although it was just 5 minutes away from me, I often overlooked. So from my sophomore year up until graduation, I actually then served as the president of Techo Club, and doing so really allowed me to impact not just the families that we were helping, but the students in my high school who, like me, were choosing to often ignore a reality that was so close to us. Question number 2. What I remember most about my new member retreat was definitely the bonfire. I wish there were marshmallows, but hey, maybe this year. So I remember that we were given a name tag and we were asked what the name tag meant to us. And as the name tag went around the room, I remember thinking to myself how different we all were, but how those differences were actually a good thing, and they're ultimately what I think got us there. This is a concept that has really followed me throughout my year in Cicerones, because it made me realize that being a Cicerone is not about dropping all of your involvements in order to become a Cicerone. Becoming a Cicerone is taking what makes you you and applying it to the opportunity for impact that Cicerones has to offer. Pregunta número 3. That's my favorite number, guys. Between 6th grade and 11th grade, I was part of a club called Peer Helpers, and we were in charge of welcoming all the new students to my school the day before school started. So to avoid all awkwardness that one may experience from being in a group of students that come from different countries and oftentimes speak different languages, I came to realize that you can really engage someone in conversation by bouncing off of their responses to formulate the next question, rather than having a set of predetermined questions to ask them. I say this because when you bounce off someone's responses, it makes them feel good inside, a little bit warm, a little bit fuzzy, because it shows that you're listening, that you understand where they're coming from, and that there's no right or wrong answer that they're expected to give because there are no predetermined questions. Spirit fingers! Question number 4. A strength. Guys, I'm warning you, I want to play for this. Most likely to cheer you up by song and dance. Whether it's 7 a.m. or 1 a.m., my energy and positivity is something that I always try and carry with me. A weakness, on the other hand, is I don't like confrontation. When situations arise that bother me, my instinct is to bottle it up inside and avoid having a hard conversation at times when a hard conversation is needed. But I do think that my involvement with Gator Run, my internship this fall, and other clubs on campus throughout my freshman year have really helped me work towards improving this weakness and making me understand that although confrontation may have a negative connotation, it really serves as an opportunity for growth for both the person receiving the confrontation and the one beginning the conversation. So, me. Hey, high five! So one thing we didn't really talk about in our spring retreat, and that I think the new members would really benefit from, is having a better understanding as to the structure of Cicerones. I remember that throughout my first meetings, I was very confused as to what Gator Run meant or what service and philanthropy was, because although I knew that we had an executive board, I wasn't really sure that we had committees, and I didn't know what committees fell under which executive board. So I was thinking we could play a really cool game where we blow up a lot of balloons, and they're of different colors, and each color represents a different position in the executive board. So for instance, blue would represent the membership vice president, and then all the other blue balloons would represent the different committees that lie under the membership vice president. So the different teams would have to pop the balloons as quickly as possible and organize all of the exec positions and the committees that fall under them as quickly as possible. That is all for my Spring Retreat application. Muchas gracias por escucharme. Estoy muy emocionada para el New Member Class of 2017 y les quiero mucho.